It's not just wet along the Red River, it's freezing cold, and that's making the battle against the rushing waters all the more difficult. But in some ways, it's actually helping. Dave Price is in Moorhead, Minnesota, and Dave, you certainly look cold. What is it like out there?
Oh, Katie, it's bitter and it's painful. Right now here, it is just about 18 degrees. And this morning with the wind chill factor, it felt like it was 6. It is bitter cold here, and there's still plenty of ice in this Red River. And that's a blessing and a curse.
With the river's crest just a day away, sandbags whisk through town escorted by motorcade like heads of state. But with temperatures hovering near zero, sandbagging efforts have become more challenging.
It's definitely a factor. There's no doubt about it.
Hard on sandbaggers and the bags. Sandbags become frozen rocks that can't seal out water, so baseball bats break up the sand.
But that bitter cold is preventing a bad situation from getting worse. There's plenty of snow and ice down there in the Red River Valley, and for the time being, it's not melting.
And that's helping slow the river's rise.
And it is keeping water that normally would be flowing with the river systems tied up. It's on the land, it's frozen onto fields, the snow is not melting, so that water is not available to the flow.
It's buying more time to prepare, but it's complicating predictions about the river's flow.
We know we have a freight train moving at us at 60 miles an hour. We don't know if that freight train's going to slow down or speed up.
And the bitter cold is complicating Coast Guard rescues. Veterans of the Katrina airlift say they face very different dangers here.
Temperature of the water makes hypothermia a ever-present danger, and so we're asking the community for their help in making a decision to evacuate as early as possible.
And tonight, Katie, those decisions are being made as this river becomes even more dangerous. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the river at this point behind me is now flowing at 50 times its normal volume. And that's before this ice begins to melt.
In fact, Dave, I know the weather is expected to improve this weekend, but as you mentioned, that could create some more problems.
Well, you know, here's the thing about that. Improving weather is a relative term. Temperatures over the next several days are expected to rise to above the freezing mark into the mid-30s. But as that happens, all of this ice begins to melt, and that becomes added water volume, something the people of Fargo and the surrounding area just don't need.
All right, Dave Price. Dave, thanks so much, and please get out of that freezing water now because it must be miserable. Thank you, Dave.